as you do. What's up there, YouTube? James here, along with Arleen. I will be doing the narration for today's video because someone has lost his voice. Oh well, that's why he has me here to fill in. So today, I'm probably going to mess this up. So today we're doing a mod. This is a Busby bolt action rifle. Can you tell I do nerfing? No. And I know doing nerfing is not a thing. Anyway, he likes making these into pistols, which is why we have this. They'll be making this into this, right? Okay. I apologize in advance because this is going to be one long, difficult video. So let's just go jump into it and get started. So first thing is, we're going to, wait, what?
The back stock.
We're going to hack off the back stock.
This is solid and welded on.
That is solid and welded on.
Solvent.
Oh, solvent welded on. This is going to take a while, people. I'm sorry in advance.
I get rid of this to give it at least a pistol grip.
He gets rid of that to at least give it a pistol grip.
So since this isn't needed, cut this off before we open it.
So since this isn't needed, cut it off before we open it up. You're gonna have so much fun editing this.
Cut lines are here.
The cut lines are there and there. Beautiful hack job. Well, you are hacking something off, so it's a beautiful hack job.
Once it's cut off,
Once it's cut off,
you're going to want to trim off whatever big chunks are here to make the grip comfortable.
okay, so you're going to want to cut off any big chunks around those edges so that it'll be more comfortable to handle.
And also just like even this out so that it's actually flat, not at the angle.
Okay, and when you're working on this part, try to make it straight so that it's not at so much of an angle. Ugh, yeah, you don't want to cut your hand by doing that. Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna be like your echo at this point.
That's fine.
That's fine.
You want to at least get a rough sanding so that it's comfortable and you can figure out how you want to hold the pistol.
All right, so you want to sand it so it's at least comfortable.
You can always go back and flatten that out more.
You can always go back and flatten it out more.
This is just a rough go.
This is just a rough go because
since this is open here,
since that is open there, you want to block it.
My go-to is epoxy putty.
His go-to is epoxy putty,
which will take too long to set up.
Which will take too long to set up.
For this video to come out.
For this video to come out, so
I am going to forego it. But
if
you are going to do that, make sure you open the blaster first.
Make sure you open the blaster first.
Because what you're going to do is you're going to put equal amounts of epoxy here and here.
So what you're going to do is put equal amounts of epoxy putty there and there.
Same thing here.
Same thing up there.
And then
once it cures fully,
you can grind it to the shape you want.
You can grind it to the shape that you want.
With the shell separated.
With the shell separated.
So that you will be able to reattach it.
Ah, so you will be able to reattach it.
If you put the epoxy putty in here
If you put the epoxy putty in
and here now.
there now.
It will just be one solid block.
It will just be one solid block.
And you
and you basically just solvent welded the back shut. So then you won't be able to open it.
So now we are going to open it.
So now we are going to open it.
All of these screws are the same size.
All of the screws are the same size.
So you don't have to worry about if you...
So you don't have to worry about mixing them up afterwards.
Plus you also have 2 extra screws here now.
Plus you also have 2 extra screws on the back end that we cut off earlier. Yes.
Almost forgot.
He almost forgot.
This piece
The handle piece.
is attached with tabs.
Oh, it's attached with tabs.
So you have to pry it off.
So you have to pry it off with, you can just use any screwdriver to get underneath and pop it off.
Flathead preferred.
Flathead preferred. Any sort of flat-sided object, really.
It can be a pain in the ass sometimes.
It can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Ooh. That sounds like it broke.
No, it didn't break, thankfully.
It did not.
Usually once you can get one side off,
Usually once you can get one side off, it's easy to get the other side off.
the side will follow suit. Just be careful not to scratch up the edges.
Alright, so just be careful not to scratch up the edges. I assume so it's easy to put back together later. And looks so pretty. Because I know he stated earlier that he really likes the red of this guy. Okay, so...
If you want also
If you want also
to upgrade the spring,
now would be the time to do it.
I am not doing that right
He is not going to be doing that right now.
now. This goes to the side.
That goes to the side.
You do not need this side of the shell.
You do not need that side of the shell at the moment.
In regards to this side,
In regards to this side with the barrel,
you will need this again.
you will need that again.
Damn flies.
Damn flies.
A marker
A marker.
to at least mark where you would like the barrel to stop.
Alright, so at least mark where you would like the barrel to stop.
My way of doing it
His way of doing it
is trying to make it even with the edge of the blaster itself.
is trying to make it even with the end of the blaster itself.
I am marking past it.
He is marking past it in case he screws up.
I didn't even have to finish that sentence.
I feel like that's a sentence I hear very often.
Oh,
Also,
this is the dart tooth.
that is the dart tooth.
Really actually don't need this thing.
You really actually don't need that thing, really?
When you breech load this thing,
When you breech load that thing, I'm using the same words he is.
since this is a breech loader,
Since that is a breech loader,
it's easier to
It's-
just shove the dart all the way in yourself
it's easier just to shove the dart in all the way yourself
than to fiddle with that stupid thing and hope it pushes it in far enough.
than to fiddle with that thing and hope that it pushes it all the way in itself.
So, once you have your mark,
So once you have your mark,
straight across,
cut straight across
best you can.
as best you can.
That's why I gave myself a little wiggle room.
That's why he gave himself some wiggle room. Blah. I cannot speak at the same time you do. That's the reason why he gave himself a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay.
Okay.
Last thing I tend to do,
Last thing he intends to do,
at least with the alpha rogue types,
at least with the alpha rogue types,
I take this part off
he takes that part off
so I can breech load from either side.
so he can breech load from either side.
So, cutting wheel again.
So cutting wheel again.
And just carefully go along here.
And just carefully go along.
And now that's all smooth.
And now that's all smooth.
So you can,
If for left-handed people,
or if you find it easier,
to breech load from that side, you now have the ability to do that. Toss that piece aside.
I forgot you do need this part for one extra thing.
Oh, you do need the other part for one extra thing. What is that, James? As he drops a screw.
Pin.
Oh. That's even more important.
Yeah, don't lose the pin.
Don't lose the pin.
Because Busby makes these for kids.
Because Busby makes these for kids.
Duh.
Duh.
The trigger well.
The trigger
Well.
oh well,
The trigger well
is very small.
So if you have big meat paws,
So if you have big meat paws,
you want to trim this off.
you want to trim that off.
Best place to do it
The best place to do it
is right under
is right under.
these.
Okay, right under those spots that he's pointing to. Which you should probably push closer to the camera. There you go.
Because these are flat and go across.
Because those are flat and go across to the other piece.
Cut underneath here and then just grind up to the flat.
So cut underneath and then just grind up to the flat part.
Or sand up to the flat.
Or sand. Alright, now that he has sanded that part to be nice and flat, he's going to go over again with the 220, just to, much like he did with the barrel, make sure that there are no rough edges. Since this is where the trigger finger is, you definitely want to make sure that there are no rough edges whatsoever.
That's it, now we just reassemble.
That's it, and now we just reassemble. Pop the barrel back in. Put the spring back where it was. Do you need the tabby thing? Ah. Make sure the spring goes in between there. If you could hear that beep in the background, he forgot to turn off the garage alarm again. Snap it back together. And then put the screws back in.
I will not bore you with re-screwing this in. I'll just show you the final results.
So he will not bore you with screwing each and every single one of these in. We will just quickly cut to the final results. Okay, so this is what the finished product looks like.
Minus obviously the epoxy putty.
Minus obviously the epoxy putty at the back covering up those gaping holes from where we chopped off.
But this is the basic bolt action pistol I make.
But that is the basic pull action pistol that he makes. He manually loads the guns from either, the darts from either side. Push them all the way in. Important note. You're gonna have to cut all those darts later. Also, so the pin that he dropped earlier did not need to go back in.
It is for the dart tooth.
It is for the dart tooth.
So
I just wanted to point that out.
that's fine.
But that's it. Yay! Thank you all so very much for watching another wonderful episode. You good? Anything else? Just want to make sure. Do you have any last words?
If you enjoyed this video,
If you enjoyed this video,
leave a like and subscribe.
Leave a like and subscribe.
Comment down below.
Comment down below. Or what?
On what you think of it.
Oh, on what you... Or comment below on what you think of it. You're going to have so much fun editing this.
It's going to be a challenge.
God bless you.
And we will see you next time.
And we will see you next time.
Later.
Later.